Morning! Let's see what Storm Dennis does to us today. As you can see, we're under canvas. 50 mile an hour in a tent, or a brolly. Got my brew on to go, got my rods out. Let's party. Another day angling. We have Storm Dennis today. Last week it was Storm Ciara, this week it's Storm Dennis. Let's see if today's more action packed than last week, eh? I've seen that before. That's their man pan thing.
That's their free something.
You do your everything in it.
I mean, it's quite a heavy bait to it, so you know, to me I think it's going to be a good item, that.
But you put your bacon in one bit, your eggs in the other bit. That's like your egg, when you put your mushrooms or something, whatever in it. But I mean, think of that there. You know, it's just
screws on there, be that.
It's just a bit
too big. I think it's too big in all fairness for the size of it.
No, well on the Coleman it'd be fine. You know, it'd be fine. It was people to stand up in it.
Yeah.
You know, it is a bit of a. But you see with the Coleman, all your heat's going to be in the middle.
Exactly.
So all your heat's going to be stuck in the middle. So I don't know how it's going to work unless you get one of them bigger Colemans, one of the dual ones. I know. But no, it looks like an alright job.
I think it would work, yeah, but as you say, it just needs
extra skin in the middle.
it's a bit big, I think.
It'll be alright if you're away for like a weekend or like overnighter. But them wee pans that I have, they're alright for a day session. I mean, all that there is for is a day session.
Yes.
You know, I mean, we're not so much talking about fishing, we're talking about cooking. Oh, aye. I mean, you could put your steak and everything in that there. You know.
But that's too big there. I think you're right in what you say there. It's too big. You know, you look at that area, you're not covering that area with the cold one. So you're getting your heat there and there. I mean, it's not...
Unless it's one of them pans that radiate the heat out to the other side of it. I don't know.
Possible. But I know, like, you're never going to get all of that pan same heat, same time. Like, but it's just worth looking at. It's a nice piece of kit, like. Even if you were using it, you wouldn't. What is it? That's plus the toaster. 15 quid. Let's see, you can't go wrong.
That £15, again, you can't really go wrong at £15.
Oh, 15 quid for both. I mean, you can't go wrong with that. I mean, the Ridge Monkey one on its own's about 20 quid, isn't it? Like,
again, see, since Ridge Monkey kind of fucked me over with the service, the customer service.
Aye.
I haven't back to them.
I know. I've even noticed their water fucking terrier there, isn't they? Isn't brilliant. The pipe looks a bit fucking hit or miss. You don't open it.
With those things, you have to make sure that there's like one at the far end. There's like two holes in it.
Aye.
And you have to have one, get just enough air so the air gets into it and pushes the water out.
Aye. It's just not the idea.
But again, another adventure where we're talking crap over cooking equipment. As you can see, it's a wee bit of a mean day. The wind's going that direction. Where we are right now, we're on the lower Lough Erne, so the wind's really battered. If you look at a map, you'll have like Enniskillen on one side and you'll have Cash on the other side. Well, the wind's really ripping down to a place called Cash. So the waves at the minute, we're all right at the minute, but we're expecting to get 50-mile-an-hour winds, which is why we've got the vans parked up down this brolly to try and get out of the wind. I'll put them down on that table and just set them on the table, just. Good idea. Instead of trying to catch people with hot oil and fat and everything.
A quite enjoyable aspect to this.
The old pike fishing. Do you want them other bits of bacon done?
No, I'm alright for that.
Are you alright?
Yeah. You work away on yours. I don't worry about the chorizo taste, I don't mind that.
Today we're cooking Kennedy bacon. I've never tried Kennedy bacon before, so let's give it a go. It better be bloody good for £3 a packet.
Oh yes sir. I've got myself a little bottle the missus gave me. Incidentally, this bottle was actually designed for a mix of hair colour in.
Right?
Yeah. Said hair colour gets mixed in a bowl by herself, the lady. And she said to me, can you make a use of that bottle? Is that perfect? Look. Big squeezy bottle, so it's not going to bust. Ideal for sauce. And I will cook along gas. More ways than one. Cook on petrol. Of course the dog just fell off my chair again. The arm covering.
Another wee handy tip for you culinary challenged pike anglers or carp anglers or whoever watches this. Chorizo, awesome stuff, comes from Spain. No, it is not donkey willy sausage. It's just sausage with paprika. I've got the bacon on the go now, and I'm going to fire a couple of slices of this in with it. That way you get the nice smoky paprika taste in with your bacon. Just liven the old bacon sandwich up a bit. You got to look after yourself. Do you think I got this sort of size by being bad to myself? Ah well. That's enough cooking with scobes for the time being. Here's where we would normally fish. You'd normally fish on this jetty, but it's like a bottle at the minute. It's like an ice rink, and when the wind does kick up, the wind's hitting the jetty and sending the water over the jetty, so that's always fun. That direction there is Enniskillen. That direction out down there, it's called Cash. So the wind is just literally ripping through here. 50-mile-an-hour gusts, always a joy, always a fun thing to do. I'm not sure if you can see the colour of the water, but it's whipped through that much the water is now brown, which is awesome. I'm going to go off of this jetty because I've no idea how the wind's affecting the audio here, so you're going to have to apologise for the shite audio. Normally, that jetty where people launch their boats gets in there, it's usually kind of a lot shallower. You usually have to go right the way down, but we're right at the edge of the slipway, so that tells you how the loch is. The upper loch is flooded, literally over all the jetties. I'm going to show you a picture of that now. Just a quick one, guys. The photograph that I'm showing you right now is from a group called the Fishing Family Adventurers. They're actually really cool people. It's basically a family who loves to fish. I'm going to put their Facebook link in the description below. I'd really appreciate it if you'd go and give them some love. They like I say, it's a mother, a father, and some kids, and they just go fishing. It's great. I love seeing little kids catch fish. I love seeing people catch fish. I love seeing people catch fish and then educate others how to handle them and put them back in. And it's not just pike they fish for trout, they fish for everything. They even do some sea fishing. So go and give them some love. It'll go and check out their site on Facebook. Cheers. The river, well, the rivers are all over the jetties as well, so there's no fishing on the rivers. So what we're doing to get around the big gust of wind that's going that way is coming out onto the edge of that there, casting the rods out that way, and that way to get distance, and then we are having to go through these trees, bushes, brush, dog shit landmines, right the way through to here. Cecil's got one rod out here. It's a haggis flavoured mackerel. My rods are here, and that's where we're hiding, using the vans as a windbreak. So this rod here is way out that way. This rod here is over at the edge of that jetty. At least that's the plan. I've no idea if it's going to work. We're not having much luck here. Still retreating under the safety of the umbrella, or the JRC STI 2-rib brolly system, to give it its full moniker. Today I brought out the bigger rods. I brought out the 13-foot 4-pound test curve rods. I'm going to the end of a point and whacking baits as far as I can. The loch is very coloured, which is, shit happens. All this extra water, all the waves, the power of the tow going through the water has basically dredged the bottom up, so the loch is now very muddy. So there isn't much hope for fish today, unfortunately.
So things just ain't working out, kid.
No, not today.
I'm gonna a wee bit of juice in this stuff here.
As you can see, the keeping the rod tips kind of high because there's like a couple of rocks in front of me here. I just want the line to be over those rocks. Fishing with a braided line and a snag leader. It's one of the things I do in Lough Erne because there's that many zebra mussels. I fish with a snag leader. It's a Christ and Quicksilver 45-pound snag leader, and that's joined, the two braid lines are joined by a, it's a uni knot. Is the uni knot? I can't remember. It's been that long since I tied it on, but there's a couple of different ways you can join braid to braid, but the uni knot is one of the ones that I tend to use most of the time. Not sure how long I'll stay out. Not sure how much of a vlog this is going to be. If I don't catch anything, I'm going to start blaming Cecil and say he's bad luck. Saying he's a jinx. The little bay that we're in, it's relatively sheltered. Out on the jetty, not so much. The last time I seen the jetty, the waves were hitting the jetty, coming up over the jetty, so I wasn't going to fish there. No, I was saying, Cecil, if I don't catch anything, I'm going to start blaming you as bad luck.
Well, jinx.
I'm just going to say that you're bad luck.
I'm the jinx.
In preparation for the wind, I even went as far as tying my landing, my unhooking cradle to a tree with some paracord. Last week it kind of flipped up and blew away as well, so the winds in this storm and Storm Dennis are meant to be higher than the winds for Storm Ciara. Storm Ciara it was 40 to 45, Storm Dennis is meant to be 50 to 55, so brutal weather, but what can you do? Looking at the gear I'm using today, the bigger rods, the heavier leads, the heavier lines, the new drop arms that I got from Pete Foster, they are definitely worth their weight in gold. We have stood up to 2 weekends of, you know, crazy winds, and they're not pulling out. They are definitely something that I'm happy with the purchase. Tonight, when I go home, I'm having whiskey. I'm having whiskey, and I'm going to have a cigar. B is at work, so our MSW, as you know us, is at work. So I'm going to smoke a cigar, drink some whiskey, and edit this vlog. And probably swear a bit because I hate video editing. So that's something to look forward to. Whiskey and a cigar. This part of the loch, like much of Lough Erne, has been used by dog walkers to bring their dogs and let their dogs shite everywhere. So you have to be careful where you're putting your feet. I think it's disgusting. Oh, I think that's the wind though. Yep, that's the wind. Well, it looks like BBC's told us lies again. The wind was meant to be going that way to Cash, instead it's coming this way right in front of us. So, well done BBC. It beat me. It beat me. Storm Dennis. It's just flooding everything. Dennis the Menace. All these roads are flooding. So it's best to get away while we can. So 2 weekends, 2 major storms. Storm Ciara, Storm Dennis. What did we learn? Pike don't seem to feed in the heavy water. When the water is ripping through and there's a lot of current, I haven't caught anything in 2 weeks. Now, I fished a location on Storm Ciara that I should be catching fish because there is fish there and I regularly catch them. Caught some good fish there. Storm Dennis, because we were in a sheltered bay for the most part of the day and kind of out of the way of it. I think the water just turned to the same sort of colour as chocolate. So I think that maybe put the fish off and sent them to the deeper water. Plus all the flood water that's coming into the system from Ciara made the system go very high. So something to think about for later adventures. Is it even worth fishing somewhere like the Erne after a big storm or during a big storm? Life's a learning experience, so let's see what we can learn and eventually move on. Other things that I learned: the Under Armour boots that I bought, the Hawgzilla ones that's marketed for hunting and for fishing and for basically the ultimate and outdoor boots that keep your feet warm and dry, they leak. I got about mid-shin depth, about maybe 8 inches of depth, and I started to feel water. So, not good. The boots, if I'm not in any water, if I'm just walking around a jetty or something like that, or sitting in a boat, fine, keep your feet warm, brilliant. But they are not so good if I have to go into water, which kind of defeats the purpose of buying like a thermal Wellington. So I'm going to have to replace those, which, again, a bit crap. But again, life's all about learning, so let's learn what we can and let's move on. Well guys, I want to say sorry for the lack of fish being caught in this vlog over the last couple of weeks. What can I say, the weather hasn't been exactly on the ball for us. I want to also say thank you to everyone who's liking, subscribing, leaving comments and watching the videos. Even you trolls that's leaving the lovely negative comments. You keep watching the videos, it gets my watching hours up. So until next time guys, I want to say thanks and I'll see you on the next adventure.